What's going on, Torero fans? Welcome to the latest episode of Behind the Cape, presented by Muscle Milk. I'm Ben Pearson, along with point guard Chris Anderson. Season's coming up. You got the USD Invitational this weekend, South Dakota State and Grand Canyon. After a long time of practicing, for the first time you started practicing end of September, and that extra time of practice, are there any certain players that really stepped up their improvement?
I think due to San Jose, he stepped up his improvement a lot. He's a red shirt, coming off his red shirt year, and he's going to have to play a lot of minutes, losing Mike Davis this year to injury. So he's been improving a lot. His jump shot, he's a great scorer. And same with Brett Bailey, freshman wing, and he's really good too. He's been improving well and learning the plays and just getting comfortable because he's a freshman. You know, he's going a little fast, but he's finally getting there. So I'm excited for them too this year.
Let's talk about your game. What are some things you really worked on in the offseason?
Offseason, I worked on my jump shot a lot, just getting it right and keeping the defense honest. You know, I got to be more of a scoring threat this year, like Coach told me, because that's what my role is. And it's funny, like in the summer, Coach had Johnny running the point guard and me running the two, you know, so Johnny was passing to me for threes for once, you know, so it was nice.
All right, you guys really started picking up towards the end of the season last year in the WCC tournament. How do you continue that momentum and carry it into this year?
I think we just got to know that we can compete with these teams, you know, the top teams in our conference, you know, so we just got to keep on that momentum going into the first game of the season and getting back to it and like knowing like we got to beat this team and just win every game because we know what we're capable of.
And then long practice like we talked about earlier. How excited are you just to get out there and play?
Finally, I'm so excited. I'm like, the off-season seems so long, but I'm ready to play a game. I'm just jittering around everywhere now. I know all the guys are excited, the young guys, and we got a good group of guys this year that we can do something special, so I'm excited.
We're here with head coach Bill Grier. Coach, with the new practice format, you've been practicing longer than you used to, started in late September. Is there any one player who's really stood out to you with their improvement?
Well, you know, I think Johnny's improved quite a bit in his progression off the dribble. I think as a freshman, he came in as just a shooter, and now he's able to do some things off the dribble that he couldn't do 2 years ago. And so I think he's made a jump there. I think Gito Koch has really gotten a lot bigger with his body, and his offensive game is starting to, you know, get better and better. So those are just two guys. You know, I think a lot of our guys have improved, but I think those two guys in particular have kind of stepped it up in the offseason.
Torero fans are certainly familiar with Johnny D and Chris Anderson, but now this year he's going to have three new guys in the backcourt with him, Chris Sarbrot, Brett Bailey, and Duda. Talk about their game and what they can bring to this team.
Well, you know, Duda is a scorer. He can shoot the ball, but he's more of a scorer. He can score in a different variety of ways. I think what he brings to the table for us is a guy that can take some pressure off of Johnny and Chris to have to score at a high level night in, night out. I think Bailey and Sarba are versatile guys. They both do a lot of different things. They can defend, they can rebound, they run the floor, they can score. Sarba's got a great feel for how to find guys off ball screens and those kind of things. So, you know, all three of them are going to be a big part of this team. All three of them are going to play a lot of minutes this year.
All right, let's talk about this weekend. On Friday, you have South Dakota State. Saturday, Grand Canyon. What do you know about these two teams, and what are keys to victory?
Well, first of all, South Dakota State, probably a lot of people are, you know, wondering who they are or what's something about them. If they don't know who they are, then they probably don't know college basketball very well. South Dakota State's been to the NCAA tournament the last 2 years. Nate Walters, that was their really good guard, was drafted in the second round last year in the NBA. So it's a heck of a team. It's a heck of a program. Coach Nagy's been there a long time. They run great motion. They have three of their starters back off that NCAA team. I think actually this first game is probably one of our top three most difficult games of the preseason. Grand Canyon is a program that's transitioning from Division II to Division I. Dan Marley, former Suns player, has taken over the program. Not quite sure what we're going to see with them yet because he's a brand new coach and we really don't have a whole lot of film on him yet. But, you know, Dan not only was a very good player, but he's an assistant in the NBA for a long time. So, you know, he knows what he's doing, and they'll be well prepared.
All right, Torero basketball kicks off the season this weekend with USD Invitational, hosting South Dakota State on Friday at 7 and Grand Canyon at 6, right here in the Jenny Craig Pavilion.